it's Jenny D, and today's real funny friend is Kevin James. I was geeking out about this. I was super excited to be able to talk to you because I've been a fan forever. But you're coming to Denver June 28th to the Belco Theater. And I know people know you from your movies, but I want you to tell me a little bit about your stand-up as well, because the characters that you develop are all from real life.
Stand up was my first love. Stand up is how I started, way back in 1989. Um, and I loved it so much and still do to this day. But during various periods of my life, it's like where I would do something else, like a TV show or you do a movie or something, you can't dedicate the time to like writing enough, and
Yeah.
when you feel a little off with that, you just feel like it's like I just don't feel ready, and I don't, you feel like you're cheating yourself, you're cheating the audience. It doesn't feel solid. It's like, so what I've been doing lately is really locking in on writing new material. I've been doing this for the last few years now as best I can, and the shows have been great. It's been great putting out specials, and just looking forward to coming there.
And what a fun balance too, being able to do like the Hollywood movies that you do. But what is the feeling of having that actual audience in front of you, seeing that reaction right away?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. There's nothing like it. I mean, good and bad, by the way. It's like when you fail with a joke, you know right away. It's not like you have to release a movie and see it, doesn't do well in the theater. You can tell right away. But it's great. It's more exciting. It's living, it's live, and it's just you're going. And I love that the most. That gets me going the most.
and what is the one thing that keeps you going? Like, say you do fail a joke and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Is that when you kind of go off the cuff and you're like, well, that
Yeah,
one's not.
I mean that's part of it, right? It's like reading that audience. It's a relationship. These shows. So it's like when it's trying to figure it out immediately and overcome that obstacle, and in the moment, because it's sometimes it feels like, oh wow, maybe I delivered it wrong. Maybe my timing was off. Did they not hear a word that I said? And it's like trying to figure that out as you're going is scary and exciting to me. It's like, because when you can fix it and go to something else and make it a bigger laugh than it would have been in the beginning, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Well, it's got to depend on the audience too, like different areas of the country, different
Yeah,
areas of, and so Denver, I've heard from a lot of comedians that come
amazing.
through, like they get it, they get the
Yes.
joke, they're with you. And when you mess up, honestly, because I go to a lot of the shows, I love that even better because I feel like that's more of like their personality coming out.
Yeah, it's real. It's life is messy.
hmm So, what is the one thing, because you've done pretty much everything, what is the one thing that you would love to get into that you haven't yet had a chance to do yet?
I would say interpretive dance, but I've done that as well.
I would say you would probably nail that.
Um, I don't know. I've kind of it's just tell different stories, really.
Yeah.
Whether it's stand up, whether it's a TV show, whether it's a movie, just different stories, and not do the same thing. And that's always the trick, because it's like I think half your audience wants to see you do the things they're familiar with and they love
hmm
seeing you do. And I think the other half literally wants, like, hey, I've seen that. I want to see something new. So there's always that balance of like trying to please people, but ultimately you have to try to do what you think is best for you, and hope everybody comes along.
Right. You're like, I'm not going to do some dad jokes right now. Like, I'm literally going to talk
Right.
about, but if that's what's going on in your life, that's what you remember. And
That's
that's
it.
probably one of the best things about it.
Talk about what you know. Yes.
Yes. I was going to say, I feel like the authenticity of just I've lived this, I've actually done this. It
Right.
happens. What was one, like the first celebrity crush that you had?
Celebrity crush. Wow. I
I
think
know.
Julia Roberts, maybe back in the day, Pretty Woman.
Probably still with her.
Yeah, it's just
That's a classic that never goes out of style.
yeah for me.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's
Uh,
just crazy. I just always think about when you're in Hollywood and these people that, growing up, you were like, oh, I really love them. And then you get to do a movie with them or you see them at these shows. Do you ever geek out?
all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, and they always say don't meet your heroes because your heart's going to get broken. But honestly, I haven't had that happen. Like everybody I've met is either nicer than you expect them to be. It's just weird. It's a great feeling, and to speak to them like just a friend is really really cool. It's kind of, it blows me away all the time.
Does it make you like feel even better when you make them laugh? You're like, oh, they think I'm funny. Like
Yes,
then you can
if I
use
yeah,
that
I'm
forever.
always trying to, and but it makes me feel real bad if I don't. If I
Yeah.
try, then I back off like I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying
You're
for
like, I was just kidding. That was serious. I really wanted to
exactly
know.
exactly.
Kevin James, well, we cannot wait for you to come to Denver. Again, big fan. June 28th at the Belco. And if you flop, I will be there cheering for you. Don't you worry.
You're awesome, Jenny.
Any
Thank
joke, I will laugh at all of them,
you.
honestly.
At
It's
least
okay.
I'll have that laugh. I go,
I was
oh,
like,
there's
if
Jenny.
you hear the loud hyena laugh, that's me. Be like, oh, I remember her. That's Jenny.
I'll take it.
I'll take it too. Well, thank you, James, so much for taking the time today. And yeah, again, Kevin James, I'll put all the information up for you guys to get your own tickets.